Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of the Ratliff Mandolins Weekly Production Diary. My name is Audie Ratliff, and as promised I'm going to share with you the inlay pattern that I cut last week for this mandocello. Here's a shot of the conceptual artwork, and as you can see it shows compass points with it north, south, east, and west around it, and I've cut two of them. We're going to put one in the peg head right here and one in the pick guard right here in the corner of the pick guard. Here's a shot of the actual, although I didn't take any video of it while I was actually making the thing, and I wish I had, but I didn't. But here are the finished products that are ready for the inlay. So that's number one on the job jar list this week. Well, not really number one. I've already taken care of job number one, which was calling some repair guys for my heater in my house that broke down this past weekend. So they're supposed to be out here sometime after lunch today to see if we can get some heat back in the house. Also on the job jar list for at least this week will be the binding around the peg head on the guitar-shaped mandocello. There's one piece right there, and it's been that way for the last 10 days or so, and I just haven't had a chance to get around to wrapping that one little piece of binding. And of course, real high on the priority list is one more of these mandolins. I've got 4 of them here left in this batch. They're all put together. All they need is final sanding before we can put the stain and the finish on them. So I'd like to get at least one of those with the stain and the first few coats finished this week, if at all possible. Also, this mandocello, I'm having a custom case built for this thing, and I didn't get enough of the dimensions to the people that are building the case. So real high on the priority list is to get the rest of those dimensions so that they can get started on the case for this thing, because obviously my time is running out. I'm getting really close to being finished with it. I took a new order last week and still haven't sent the man a receipt for his deposit, nor done any of the paperwork to create a work order or anything like that. So that needs to be taken care of desperately. I had an order get bridges and tailpieces get all screwed up. So on my list of things to do today is call and see if I can't get some resolution as to how that invoice got screwed up, and get it straightened out if at all possible. And at least on today is my student day, and I've got 2 new students today. And this week it's Thanksgiving here in America, so we're going to have a big family get together on Thursday, and that'll kill most of Thursday as a work day. So as you can see, it's going to be a busy week. Stick with us. I'll take as much video as I can and share my time with you this week on the Ratliff Mandolins Weekly Production Diary Series. And speaking of Thanksgiving, I really need to call my brother. You know how some things happen sometimes that just bring your plans to a screeching halt? This week, my friend Steve Patton, who many of you know because he's been in so many of these videos with me, called me and told me that his neighbor, his next door neighbor, had cut down a maple tree and they suspected that it might have some curl in it. Would I come out and take a look at it? I did, and indeed, it did have 4 or 5 stripes per inch, medium intensity, not triple grade A wood, but still nothing to sneeze at. So I brought a couple of chunks home. First thing this morning, we're going to take that wood out and try to saw it down into the right size chunks for mandolin backs and get the ends painted so that it won't check and split and crack. And that way I can move on and get back to this week's regular job jar list that we discussed earlier. So I'm going to grab the chainsaw and get to it right now. Well, that took just a shade under 8 hours. generated 3 full 42-gallon garbage bags full of planer shavings, joiner shavings, or chainsaw shavings, and produced about 18 backs, medium curl, pretty nice backs. So I think I'm going to finish out the day by cleaning up this mess and putting some of these things up on the wall here, and that'll be it for today anyway. Now, I woke up this morning saying that I have absolutely got to get to that paperwork, those invoices and all that stuff. I have several phone calls that I need to return for folks, and I have about 2 weeks worth of email backed up that I've got to answer, and I got to get on the internet and chase some artwork down and all like that. So it is now Friday afternoon after 2 o'clock, and I'm just now getting down here to the shop. And so the first thing on the job jar list this afternoon is to put another coat of paint on the ends of those backs that we got from Steve's neighbor. Got a little bit of cleanup to do in the big room, and then if there's any time left in the day, I'm going to go back to the finish prep on Mandolin number 8, which is the one we started earlier this week, and that's how we're going to finish the week out. So I'd like to say that we post a video each and every week here. It's the Ratliff Mandolins weekly production diary. Please hit the like button, subscribe, leave me a comment. I really appreciate the comments we get. Won't you come back and join us next week on the next episode? We'll look for you then. Thank you.